New at 4 in today's Community Focus, Rhode Island lawmakers passed a statewide ban on cell phones in schools come the start of the 2026-27 school year. Joining me now to discuss her research on the topic is Dr. Caroline Kistin. Thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So you are with the Hassenfeld Child Health Innovation Institute, and I know you've been looking at cell phone use and social media, lots of things around kids' mental health. I'm wondering what you've heard from parents and students specifically about the idea of banning cell phones in schools.
So we've been doing a lot of work with parents across the country, also with teenagers and other children. And what we're hearing overwhelmingly is very similar to what we're hearing from other folks, is that both parents and children are really looking for ways to decrease the amount of time that kids are on smartphones and social media apps. And when they're on those, to use that time and interact with it in ways that are better for their overall health. So parents are really looking for solutions that are actionable, that they can do in the home. And teens actually are feeling like they use social media for certain things, but they don't love it, and they would like to be using it differently.
That's fascinating that the kids too are looking for a way to sort of put the cell phone down.
Yes.
What are you hearing though from teachers and doctors, medical health professionals?
We've heard from teachers that they, over the past few years, have become extremely frustrated with how distracting cell phones are in the classroom. And they're they're really looking for ways where they don't personally have to be the only person enforcing a limit on phones. And in a lot of schools, it's up to the individual teacher in the individual classroom, and they're looking for support, they're looking for consistency, and they're looking for guidance on how to best engage with kids, make sure that phones aren't distracting them from the lessons, but they're also very worried about the way that phones are interfering with kids engaging with other kids, or with engaging with teachers in ways that we know are so supportive for mental health and development and overall education.
It's so important that the kids get the social aspect of school time as well. Is there a reason though that kids should have cell phones in the classroom?
Absolutely. And I actually was so pleased to see how thoughtful the legislation was that was just passed by the General Assembly. So I'm very thankful to the sponsors of that bill and to the Assembly for voting for it. They have a lot of really important considerations that are in the bill, saying that there are children who we know may need a personal device, including a phone, for medical reasons, or they may need it for their individualized educational plan, for learning in a different language than their primary language, or in cases of emergency. And so the challenge is, over the next year, for each school district to come up with a plan that keeps phones out of children's hands, bell to bell, during the school day, but is making exceptions and understanding that it's not a black and white situation.
Yeah, and their deadline to do that, again, is not until the late summer of 2026. I'm sure we'll be following up with you then, but that's all the time that we have. Dr. Caroline Kistin, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.